Okay, here we go on video number 3, and I want to just go back to the last one. At the point, I should have added one thing. When after you've cinched up your basting thread, and you're getting ready to make that first stitch to secure it, have your fingernail right by the spot that the thread is coming out, and hold that, and that's going to keep it from loosening up while you're making your first securing stitches. Okay? So now we're going to add the spokes with the embroidery floss, and we've threaded this 3-inch needle with a good amount of embroidery floss. Of course, the bigger your pincushion ball, the more embroidery floss you'll need. And it's better to have too much than too little. You don't want to be in the middle of your spokes and have to add more. You'd have to stop and tie it off, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So just get enough to start out with. So you've got your, I'm going to lower this down again. You've got your ball here, and here's the bottom side, and you need to come up with your needle through the bottom and kind of get a little corner of the fabric while you're going through here, because if you would just go through the fiber fill, the knot is likely to come right through your fabric. And you need to have a good substantial knot, not a wimpy knot. And then just come up. Now, you can probably see here, I don't know if you can or not, but I'm not in the center very well. So just kind of work your needle up through it, look at it straight on, look at it from side to side, and till you get the needle coming up through the center the best you can. And I think that's pretty good. So you come all the way through with your needle. Now, and another good time to use your pliers. Okay, now the first time we go around, we're going to go all the way around. So, and then we're going to, after we go all the way around, we're going to go back down through the same hole in the center. But we're going to kind of squeeze it and hold the embroidery floss as we do this, so we can have nice tight spokes. So I've kind of laid my needle down here so I can pull this, and then I bring the floss over here and kind of hold it with my thumb. And now I'm going to take your needle and go down through the same hole. You can't believe how much easier the pliers make it until you don't have them. Okay. Now, here's the place that you want to even them up if they're not even, which they're not. You can see this one's kind of cattywampus here. So just kind of slide your needle under there and then pull it tight again. You want both sides to look about the same, because if they're not, you're going to be kind of wonky. Technical crafting term, right? So after you've got to this point and you're holding it tight, I swing around and come here, and this time you're just going to come here and then go down to the center. Then we're going to come back around and go to the center again. The first one is the only time you go all the way around. So you're holding this here to keep it tight. So now we're going to go back down through the center. Okay, again check to see if it looks symmetrical. You want to, I sometimes call these the lobes. You want to have about the same amount of fabric on each side of the lobe. But if you don't, you just run your needle under your floss and adjust it either way. Then pull it tight. And then I'm coming up here with the thread, and I'm holding it with my thumb to keep it tight, and I'm going back down the center. I have a little knot here. Okay. And again, look at it. See if it's even. I think this needs to come over this way a little bit. Hold it tight. See? It's even. Now, take your thread and come up here. Hold it with your finger. Go back down through the center. Adjust it to get it even. You want your spoke to be just in the middle of that section. Pull it tight, and then swivel it around and come back on the other side, the opposite side of that spoke. Down through the center. Okay, you can see here, I'm really off base here. I'm just going to slide my needle under the floss, work it over, pull it tight. Now it's good. And then we're going to go on our last section here, well, next to the last. Swing over. And I'm holding it again here with my finger to keep it tight. Back down through the center. Pull it tight. I think I want to move that over just a little bit. Okay, tucking it tight. And our last one, the opposite side of that. Last one. I think that's good where it is, right there. Okay? We've got all our spokes. They look pretty even. So now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to take one little securing stitch here to keep our tautness. And then we're going to put on the button. I loop it through. Okay. Now we're going to put on our button. I get these buttons, a lot of my buttons from online from Buttons Galore. Joann's also has some little 1/4 inch buttons. You want to come right up through the center with your needle, still threaded with your floss. I'm using a blue button. This is one of the Joe's, I think it's from Hurrah, I can't remember, the paisley. Tan background with blue and kind of a rust. Okay, you can kind of, that doesn't end up right in the center, kind of work it in there with your finger. Now, this is probably all you need, but I do come back through the buttonholes one more time, and sometimes I get lucky, and on my first pass, I get right in the hole, but I don't always. It's not hard. You kind of work around, and you'll find the hole. See? Not so hard. If you just want to go through it one time, that's okay. Make sure you got your button right in the center there. Sometimes I use my little sandpaper board to push the needle through. Okay, come back through and cut your embroidery floss, and I separate it and then just tie a little knot.